Hey everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Unlock English, the podcast where we dive deep into real English learning tips, motivation, and strategies that actually work. I'm Jessica, your co host for today.
And I'm Liam. So good to be here again with all of you amazing learners. If you've ever felt nervous, anxious, or even frozen when trying to speak English, today's episode is made just for you.
That's right. We're going to talk about something that nearly every English learner struggles with at some point: confidence when speaking English. We're not just scratching the surface, we're going deep, really deep into what confidence actually is, where it comes from, how you lose it, how you build it, and how you maintain it long term.
Absolutely. This will be a long and very real conversation. So grab a drink, take a walk, or just settle in. Think of us like two friends chatting over coffee, and you're right here with us.
So let's start with the basics. What does it really mean to be confident when speaking English?
Yeah, good question. I think confidence isn't about speaking perfectly. It's not about knowing every word or every grammar rule. To me, it's about trusting yourself. It's about knowing I can say something, and even if it's not perfect, I'll be okay. I can handle it.
Yes, it's more about courage than perfection. You don't need to be flawless. You just need to be willing to try, willing to make mistakes, willing to keep going.
Confidence is when you say, okay, I don't know how to say everything, but I'm going to say something. And honestly, that's enough.
I've worked with hundreds of learners, and I've noticed something. People don't usually struggle with knowledge. They've studied vocabulary, grammar, even pronunciation. But when it's time to speak, especially in real situations, fear takes over.
Totally. Fear of judgment is huge. Fear of making mistakes, fear of sounding silly or wrong. And unfortunately, some learners have had bad experiences. Maybe someone laughed at their accent or corrected them in a rude way.
Right. And all of that creates a kind of mental block. You freeze up, you doubt yourself, and over time, that builds into this wall of anxiety.
Exactly. And the truth is, confidence doesn't magically appear one day. You build it like a muscle. You train it day by day. All right, Jess, let's start with this. What is confidence when we're talking about speaking English?
Ooh, great question. I think people confuse fluency with confidence. You can be super fluent and still feel insecure. You can be basic in your skills and feel bold. To me, confidence is the willingness to speak, even if it's not perfect.
Totally. I had a student named Carla. Her grammar wasn't always spot on, but she was fearless. She'd talk to anyone, anywhere, and guess what? Her English improved super fast because she kept practicing out loud.
Exactly. Confidence is really about trust, trusting yourself to try, and knowing that mistakes are part of the deal.
And let's be honest, even we mess up sometimes. I mean, how many times have I said the wrong word or paused awkwardly mid-sentence?
All the time. And you're a native speaker. So, yeah, confidence isn't about perfection. It's about showing up and letting yourself be human.
Okay, so why does this confidence thing feel so hard? Why do people, especially learners, freeze up?
So many reasons. Fear of judgment is huge. Like, what if they laugh at my accent? Or what if I say something wrong and embarrass myself?
I think that fear starts early. Some learners have memories of being laughed at in class or getting corrected too harshly. That stuff sticks with you.
Oh, yeah. And let's not forget cultural pressure. In some cultures, being quiet or perfect is praised more than taking risks.
And social media doesn't help. People watch influencers speaking perfect English and feel like they're not good enough.
But the truth is, most native speakers don't talk like that. Real conversations are messy, full of ums, pauses, and broken sentences.
Exactly. So if you're listening, you're not alone. We all have fears, but you can absolutely grow past them.
Let's get nerdy for a second. What's happening in our brains when we feel shy about speaking?
The brain science. So when we feel nervous or afraid of being judged, the amygdala, that fight or flight part of our brain, kicks in. It's the same thing as stage fright.
Which means your brain literally shuts down certain thinking processes. That's why you forget words you know when you're nervous.
Exactly. So the key is calming that response through preparation, breathing, and creating safe environments to speak in.
And repetition. Confidence comes from doing something over and over again until your brain goes, hey, this is familiar, we're good at this.
Yep, it's not magic, it's training. Like going to the gym, but for your voice.
All right, time for tools. Liam, what's one thing you always recommend to students who feel shy?
Shadowing! I tell them to find short audio clips, podcasts, TED Talks, movie lines, and repeat after the speaker, out loud, with energy.
Yes, it trains pronunciation and rhythm. Plus, you're speaking without overthinking grammar.
Exactly. I also love low stakes speaking, like recording voice notes to yourself or reading a text message out loud before sending it.
Another favorite, talk to yourself at home. I narrate my day sometimes like, okay, now I'm making coffee. Let's add milk. It's weird, but it works.
I do that too. It's all about creating safe, judgment free zones to hear your own voice.
What about speaking with others?
Language exchanges are gold. Apps like Tandem or HelloTalk, or just finding a buddy online who's also learning.
Yep, and don't underestimate the power of a smile and eye contact. Those two alone can boost your presence, even if your words are simple.
Okay, real talk. Mistakes happen. You will mess up. So, Jess, how do we deal with that?
Normalize it. Laugh at yourself. I once said, I'm pregnant instead of I'm embarrassed in Spanish. I died inside, but then laughed and never forgot the difference.
Same here. I once told someone in France that my dog ate their baby. Long story, wrong word. But the best part? People are forgiving. They're just happy you're trying.
Exactly. Confidence grows when you stop fearing mistakes and start seeing them as stepping stones.
Another tip, keep a language wins journal. Every time you have a great conversation or use a new word, write it down. Over time, you'll see your progress and build internal proof.
Ooh, I love that. And if someone does criticize you, it says more about them than about you. Most people are too busy thinking about their own mistakes to judge yours.
Haters gonna hate, but your English journey isn't for them. It's for you.
Let's break this down by level. If you're a beginner, confidence might look like saying, hi, how are you, to a stranger. That's huge.
Totally. Set micro goals. One new sentence a day. Order a coffee in English. Ask someone for directions, even if you already know the way.
Intermediate learners, your challenge is different. You know words but might hesitate. So now it's about pushing through that wall.
Exactly. Use filler phrases like, that's a good question, or let me think for a second. They buy you time and sound natural.
And advanced learners, your challenge might be perfectionism. You want to sound like a TED Talk every time. Let that go.
Yes, focus more on connection, not perfection. Make space for humor, pauses, and personality.
Liam, how important is your environment for confidence?
Game changer. If you're surrounded by people who laugh or criticize, your confidence shrinks. But one encouraging friend, that can change everything.
Yes, build a language tribe. People who are on the same journey. Facebook groups, local meetups, online courses with community chats.
Also, immerse yourself in the culture. Watch movies, listen to music, learn jokes. When you feel the culture, the language becomes more alive.
And confidence comes naturally when you're enjoying yourself.
Let's share some listener stories. We ask our community how they built their confidence. Here are a few.
This is from Amir in Iran. He says, I used to freeze every time someone spoke English to me. So I made a rule. I had to say one sentence no matter what. It could be wrong, but I had to speak. Over time, that one sentence became 10.
I love that. Here's one from Camila in Brazil. I joined a karaoke group. I sang English songs every weekend. At first, I was terrible, but now I feel so comfortable with pronunciation and rhythm.
So creative. And here's a short one from Yuto in Japan. I speak English to my dog every day. He never corrects me.
Best language partner ever. These stories remind us there's no one way. Just keep showing up.
Okay, Liam, let's go deeper. Confidence in English often reflects our inner self, right?
Yes, learning to speak up in English often helps people speak up in life. It's personal development in disguise.
Language is identity, and when you take ownership of your voice, even in another language, you start seeing yourself differently. All right, listeners, here's your toolkit for building confidence. Shadowing practice. Repeat native audio out loud. Speak to yourself. Narrate your day or journal. Use safe spaces. Record voice notes or talk to pets. Language exchanges. Find a partner, online or offline. Celebrate wins. Keep a progress journal. Use filler phrases. Sound natural while thinking. Learn from mistakes. Laugh and move forward. Create a tribe. Community fuels growth. Reflect on progress. Look back and be proud.
And most importantly, forgive yourself. Speak with kindness to yourself. You're doing something incredibly brave.
Confidence doesn't come in a day, but it does come step by step, conversation by conversation.
So, if you're listening, please know you are not alone. We believe in you, and we're cheering you on.
We hope this episode feels like a deep exhale, like sitting with two friends who get it, who see you.
And if you ever doubt your progress, remember, someone out there is inspired by you already.
Thanks for spending this time with us on Fluent and Fearless. If you enjoyed the episode, leave a review and share it with a friend who needs a confidence boost.
And remember, your voice matters, your story matters, and your English doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful.
Until next time, keep speaking up, keep showing up.
And stay fluent and fearless. Bye, everyone.